a brand new car? Is spring the time to spring some cash on one? Here with all the answers, Ben Spatafora, National Director for CarCostCanada. Welcome. We have a lot to get to.
Yes, thanks for having me today.
First off, is now a good time to buy?
It's a good time to buy because the manufacturers are providing a lot of incentives. So that incentivize you to go out and buy a new car.
That's where you come in. For 40 bucks, you get something like 10 articles and you lay it all out there. It's almost like a car salesman's nightmare, right? In terms of the money they make and what it's really worth wholesale and all that stuff.
It's not so much a nightmare, but yes, I mean, we provide transparent costing information, incentives. Some are advertised, some are not. So, but it's still good. It's all good.
Good. And it could save you thousands of dollars. First up, do your research. Best tip for that is?
Best tip is to find out what's personalized for you. So in other words, manufacturers have great websites where they can tell you all the details of that particular car. So don't be afraid. Take a look at those details.
Know the score, your credit score.
Buying a car is emotional. You go there with your friends, family, you pick out the color, the options, all that sort of thing. So at the very end, because manufacturers are supplying such great incentives these days with interest rates, low interest rates, you don't want to be disappointed. So check out your credit score before.
Timing, how so? Timing,
end of the year, springtime, at middle of summertime, but also be aware of those incentives. So sometimes when those incentives are announced, like $10,000 cash back, $5,000 cash back, great time to go in, but don't go in at the end of the month. Go in around the 20th, the 22nd, because everybody else is going in at the end of the month.
And the other thing, do you buy that new model that's not even on the floor? Maybe there's one in the showroom, or do you go for the older model and save more cash?
Personal circumstances. So if it's a new model, that old model is going away. Here's your last chance to buy it new. But if you've been waiting for the changes because of enhancements or that sort of thing, then it's a good time to buy a new model as well. And they're providing incentives to buy a new car as well.
Because they want other people to see that car on the road so that they will then want that new model.
That's right.
So they'll give you incentives.
That's right.
Okay. How far are you willing to go? What do you mean by that?
We always recommend you deal with your local dealer. He's the one that's invested in the community. But sometimes, check out, if you live in the city, check a country dealer, and vice versa. If you live in the country, check a city dealer. Just to
avoid unnecessary add-ons. They always make it sound so good. You're going to need this. You're going to need that. You're going to need seat warmers. You need the sunroof.
Yeah, you might need all those things. But sometimes those accessories can be a little expensive. Don't be afraid to ask for a 10 or 15% discount. Especially when you're talking the talk with that particular dealer. Know some of that lingo, MSRP, costing, incentives. Will my incentive be protected? Will the lease rates be protected if I buy now and I get that car 2 or 3 months from now?
Okay, to trade or not to trade? That is the question, Shakespeare.
So when it comes to trading in, it might be a good idea because there's tax savings. But if you're going to trade in, make sure you have pride of ownership in that car. Don't go with it dirty and all rusty and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
If you have a safety certificate or a clean air certificate, that's even better. And that way, again, you're dealing on a level playing ground. You're telling that seller, hey, listen, I know what I'm doing.
The test drive, I remember loving a car once that I got in it. I looked like Mr. Bean. I couldn't fit inside it. You don't know until you test drive it.
You don't know. We're all different sizes and shapes. Some of us tall, some of us short. So one of my favorite cars was Porsches, and I always felt a little too small in it. But anyway.
I hear you on that. For more information, make sure you check it out. What's the best address to get the CarCostCanada membership?
It's at www.carcostcanada.com.
Thank you, Ben. Here's to safe, happy driving and saving you some cash. We'll be back with more BT right after this.